Happy Tuesday, everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Hope everyone has a great day today. I am taking up a bit of a challenge today, and also a shout out to some channels, and a shout out to one channel in particular. I watched my buddy Steve. A is for Alice, B is for Bob, and C is for continuous great entertainment. Steve jumped on a challenge from a gentleman named Richard, who has a channel called Richard's Vinyl Tap House. Richard's a pretty good guy. He's celebrating the first anniversary of his channel. He's got 330 some subs as we speak. And he's done something called Celebrate the VC Challenge, where he wants us to give shout outs to channels that have turned us on to favorite records. And I picked 5. And I will leave a link below to Richard's channel. So please subscribe and say hello. Not in any order. I'm going to start with this album, Caravan. If I could do it again, I'd do it all over you. Do it all over again, I'd do it all over you. Great album. This was sent to me as VCLT by a gentleman by the name of George Allen. I don't know if you remember George. I don't think he has a channel anymore, but one of the nicest guys you would ever want to run across in your life. I know he had some personal problems and stuff, and I hope, George, you're okay. If you're watching this, give me a thumbs up. Wonderful man. He had a great channel, very knowledgeable about music, and he sent me this thinking I might like this album. And the only Caravan I'd heard before is In the Land of Grey and Pink, which I kind of liked and kind of was on the fence. You know, it just hasn't hit me yet. It didn't resonate, but there was something cool about it. When he sent me this and I listened to it, I got it right away. It was like instant. And went back and listened to Grey and Pink and loved that, and became a huge Caravan fan. It's one of my favorite prog bands for sure, Caravan. So George, thank you for that. Excellent album. Next, who hasn't been inspired by something Norman Maslov, Mazzy, has shown? I think my favorite one is The Third Mind. It's a project put together by Dave Alvin, who was in the Blasters, I think, and some solo stuff. He did a salute to kind of the psychedelic guitar of the 60s, I would think. Did some covers on this that are awesome. First of all, they do a great version of Journey in Satch and in Danda, the amazing Alice Coltrane album. That starts it off. The Dolphins, I think, was a Fred Neil song. Somebody straighten me out there. Morning Dew. Canadian girl wrote that song. Can't remember her name now. Bonnie Dobson? I got that? Anyway, Grateful Dead. Staple in Grateful Dead set. Beautiful versions of Morning Dew. And they close it off with a rousing rendition of Paul Butterfield Blues Band's East West. It's a freaking great record. Now, they've got 3 or 4 albums out, but I don't think they've ever matched this one. So I heard the second one. I thought I was a bit disappointed. I think the third one's a live album. It might be good. I haven't heard it. And I don't know if there's a fourth or not. But this is definitely like, if you like 60s guitar, Dan, I'm talking to you. If you have not heard this album, you need to. Next. Speaking of Steve, Steve's a huge Rory Gallagher fan. Now, I was a huge Rory Gallagher fan in the 70s. Somewhere along the way, he was off my radar, and I didn't listen to Rory for a long time. And then, I don't know how it got mentioned, maybe just Steve and I chatting back and forth and everything. We start talking about Rory, and he sent me a message and asked me if I've ever heard this album. It is called Wheels. Oh man, I can't see it. Wheels Within Wheels. Sorry, man. They make these the lettering on these things tough. And the reason he mentioned to me, you might be interested in this because Bela Fleck's on it. Well, if you're watching my channel, you know Bela Fleck's like a major hero of mine and just one of my favorite artists of all time. I instantly ordered it and instantly fell in love with it. It's Rory collaborating with a bunch of artists from Bert Jansch to Bela. Just a really good album. Who else is on this thing? Tony, oh no, he does As the Crow Flies, Tony Joe White song. Love Tony Joe. Trying to see if I can see anybody else on here that's kind of cool. Yeah, Bert Jansch. Yeah, Bela Fleck. 2 songs with Bela. They're live, actually, 3 songs. And Lonnie Donegan. Yeah, anyway, really cool album. Excellent. And Steve just lit my Rory Gallagher fuse back up and listened to a lot of Rory now and got a lot of Rory in my collection. Great. So thanks, Steve, for reigniting the fuse. Next, my good friend and fellow Cosmic Torpedo, my brother from another mother, my son from One Night Stand, my nephew from a lost sister. Anyway, Sam and I are close, is what I'm trying to say. And Sam insisted I listen to this album, and he insisted for like a couple of months to the point I was going, Sam, fuck off. Seriously, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. Marty Stewart's Way Out West. Now, the only thing I really knew about Marty Stewart is I saw him when he was a teenager and he was a young phenom playing in Lester Flatt's band in a bluegrass setting, playing mandolin. He came out as a little kid and he was freaking awesome. He was like a teenager, I think. Anyway, then Marty was in that new country kind of a thing, like at that whole. I was associated with that Garth Brooks era of country that's so annoying, and then he comes out and he got a band called the Fabulous Superlatives, and so I was kind of leery about buying it, but I bought it. It's freaking awesome. It's produced by Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. The guitar playing is great. It's kind of, I don't know how to describe this music, but it's not country music. It's a great album. It's haunting. It's just a freaking awesome album. And Sam, thank you so much, because it just really is a favorite album. It's great. I got one more. So I'm a David Bowie fanatic now. Wearing the Bowie hat all week because it's David Bowie week, because Friday is the release date for the big box set. Larry Graves and I did a CD exchange for many a moon. And I was a big Bowie fan in the 70s. That was my sweet spot, from Ziggy Stardust. Then the last 2 Bowie albums I bought in that era would have been Diamond Dogs and Station to Station, 2 albums that I think are incredible. And then I would have bought the hits ones. It would have been Young Americans and Let's Dance. Other than that, I ignored David. I didn't have a clue what he was doing. And Larry lent me Low, and it became my favorite Bowie album and sent me on this deep dive of David Bowie that still continues today. I'm just blown away by how many great albums. I made a comment on the Steve Hoffman forums the other day that the guy never had a bad album. And then, of course, everybody comes out and jumps on you. Never Let Me Down, Tonight, and some people say Let's Dance is a weak album except for the hits. When you say you never had a bad album, it's kind of taken literally, and you just kind of go, the guy's got like 72 albums out, and they're pretty darn good. Like, so he's got one dud, but man, always got to thank Larry for sending me on a David Bowie journey that is never ending. And that's it. So Richard's Vinyl Tap House. Please, I'm going to leave a link below. And I would like to do a video one day on all the albums that my viewers have turned me on to, because there's been a lot, and I think you guys deserve some credit. So maybe that's going to come up. Maybe that's a good challenge for everybody else in the vinyl community. Let's have a salute to the viewers. That would work. Without you guys, we're not here. So thank you very much. Have a great day. We'll talk later.